Okay guys, nice to meet you once more to our series of tutorial on QuickBooks desktop accounting. Last time we looked at how to create vendors. Now we are proceeding to how to create purchase order for that vendor. Please guys, don't forget to like, subscribe and follow for subsequent video as they will be coming up on our channel. So how do we create purchase order? Let's get right to it. Now, after we've created a vendor, the next item on the mapping is purchase order for that vendor. So we click on purchase order. It opens the purchase order environment. Now, if we look at the environment, we have main, we have our formatting, we have reports, we have search. Now under main, we have find, we have new, that is to create a new purchase order, to save an existing purchase order, to delete a purchase order, to create a copy of our purchase order, to memorize, that is to memorize the purchase order or the record that is typed so that it can be used again. Now by it, we now have print. We can actually preview the purchase order, print individually or in batch, print envelope, save as PDF, email to send the purchase order across. Now we can attach a file to the purchase order. If we click on it, yes, we have to first of all fill the detail. We can attach a file. We can create item receipt. And we can select item receipt. So let's start. Let's create a purchase order. To create a purchase order, the first thing is, this is new. The purchase order is already here. If we had filled this, we can save and say new, which will automatically prompt us for a new purchase order. So we have the vendor. So our new vendor is our info service that we created. The class, we did not create class. If we have created class, then we'll specify it. But we have the 4 classes that have been created. That's design, landscape, maintenance. But if we want this vendor to be able to do all of it, and we want him to function in all the class, we leave it blank. So any class is applicable, he will show up. Now ship to, ship to address, ship to, and then we have template, which is our template. So we want to specify a particular address that the invoice should be shipped to. We do that. If we want it to be shipped to the default address of info service, we simply leave it and it will go to the default address of our info service, which is already stated here, ship to. This is it. All right, this is our date. So let's go with January 20, 2023. This is our PO number, which is 12. We want a sequence numbering system. Let's say I want to be the first, then subsequent numbers of PO will be from 2, and it continues like that. So the items for the purchase order, let's say, of course, it's an info service, so the item could either be created if it doesn't exist, but let's just select an item as an example. Good installation. We said okay, it's associated with an income account, so we continue. The rate is 35. So what is the quantity of the installation I want to do? Let's say 500. So the amount will be 17,500. Our customer that we are sending it to, okay, so the customer, so we have a customer stated. Let's select it. If we don't, we have the option to actually create a new one, so we can actually add a new one. So if there is a class to that, we select the class. If there is no class, we leave it. All right, so we've just created. Now if we have a vendor's message, if we have a message that we want to pass to the vendor, like an attention needed, or urgency, or immediate, will do that. Then if we want to type a memo, please attend to this on time, as a mail to the vendor. Now we can save and close, or we save and create a new purchase order. So this is the purchase order. So let's just save and close. We are done with that. So we have the message past transaction. This transaction is more than 90 days right. So that is a reminder that we selected while setting our preferences. 90 days in the past. Are you sure you want to make this change? Turn off this warning or change the number of days. Preference accounting. Of course, important, QuickBooks recommends setting a close date and password to prevent changes that could, let me just say, let's say no. Let's continue. Let's say yes. So our purchase order has been successfully created and saved. Alright guys, don't forget to like and subscribe and follow up for subsequent videos.